Now, a former road accident fund lawyer has been charged for allegedly stealing his client's payout. It is alleged that he received over 360,000 rand from the fund. Joining me now is the Road Accident Fund's CEO, Mr. Letsoalo. Mr. Letsoalo, good afternoon to you. Yes, there is this one story that we're hearing about, this one lawyer charged for defrauding his client. But how prevalent is the occurrence of this, lawyers defrauding those who are supposed to be beneficiaries of the Road Accident Fund?
Good afternoon, Tammy, and good afternoon to the viewers. This is very prevalent, by the way. It happens so many times. It's just that our people sometimes are not aware of what rights they have. And I think the lawyers have taken the advantage of the fact that once they have represented a claimant, he's a represented claimant, so claimants don't have some sort of avenue to come to us to ask how much they were being paid. And it happens almost all the time. I'll tell you that we find this thing almost on a daily basis that we have a case like this.
On average, what is the percentage that lawyers are supposed to be taking from the Rand Accident Fund payout? Is there a regulated number or way of calculating what their pay is supposed to be?
Yes, in cases where they've signed what we call the contingency fee agreement, the maximum must be 25% of the maximum of 25% of their fees. So their fees or the maximum of 25%, whichever is lower. So they know for a fact that they must do that, but they are taking advantage of the fact that most of our people are not aware of this. So no one must take more than a quarter of what they give you, just by way of example. So usually we do advise that people must go to the legal practice council. But Tammy, I must say that we find it very strange that if you look at all these cases, we work very hard to make sure that we bring these people to book, but they are getting away with a slap on their wrists. I mean, most of these cases, you would find that the sentence, for instance, is suspended. I mean, then you find a situation where someone is given another 5 years to pay back the money he has stolen. I mean, I don't even understand why people would actually get to that kind of sentencing. For us, it's worrisome because we work very hard. It takes us years to actually bring these people to book and get a conviction. Once we get a conviction, the kind of sentences that we get are not a deterrent at all.
I mean, we have seen, people's assets being forfeited and, those assets then sold in order to recoup the money. Is that not the type of arrangement that currently exists in regard to your cases?
No. I mean, if you look at the recent case, this person has got another, I think, 3 years to pay back the money they stole. I mean, and you remember that this person did not plead guilty, which means we had to prove that this person has taken the money, and the person knows they've taken the money. Now, how can it ever be a deterrent for the sentence to be suspended and the money to be paid over a period of time? I mean, this claimant who has been, whose rights have been taken away, I mean, most of these people really suffer. They suffer the consequence of these accidents, and the money must go to them. But the money never goes to them. In fact, most of these lawyers enrich themselves.
So what then is the way forward? How are you, as the Road Accident Fund, going to ensure that there is justice at the end of the day?
You know, we believe in an independent judiciary. Of course, I mean, we do engage with the NPA to ask for harsher sentences, and that's all they can ask for. All we are asking for is that people must place emphasis on the suffering victims. And once we do that, I think that we must see sentences that people are actually committed to prison. And once they're committed to prison, then it will be a deterrent. We had a situation where we had 2 accidents, 2 buses involved in an accident, empty. And we had people that claimed from that accident. They also got suspended sentences. They claimed for people that did not exist. So it was fraudulent claims. You find that as a difficulty, and we find that we keep on engaging the LPC, we keep on engaging the NPA to ensure that the sentences that these people get are serious sentences that will deter people from doing what they're doing. If it's easy like that, where I'll get a suspended sentence and I'll get away with pay money in installments, money I stole, really, I mean, it borders on ridiculous.
We'll follow up with the NPA specifically regarding that, because it looks from your side you've ticked all of the boxes. But if somebody's watching now and they have been waiting for money from the Road Accident Fund, and that money has not quite arrived, or they feel that they've received less than what they were expecting to receive, where do they go? Who do they contact? What are the solutions for them?
They can contact the Road Accident Fund. We have got an email called inquiries at raf.co.za where they can actually do that. They must go to the regional offices that we have and what we call customer service centers in places like Polokwane, regional offices like in Main Lane, in Pretoria, and all those. Wherever there is a RAF branch, they can go in there and find out. And they've got every right to find out. There's no one. We get some of our colleagues for some time saying because you are a represented claimant, you must not come and ask questions. But that is your money, and you must know who has paid that money. So if you want to do that, come to us. We will assist where we can to at least tell you how much you have been paid. That's the first part. The second part is in cases where they become aware that the monies have been paid, but the lawyer has done something with them, they must also approach the Legal Practice Council in their respective provinces to make sure that they get assistance there.
Mr. Collins Letsoalo, CEO of the Road Accident Fund, thank you very much for that update. So if you are in that particular situation, he says their doors are open. You are most welcome to go through and make your inquiries. It is your right to know how much you are being paid.